My name is Rui Santos, and as you can see, I have a Portuguese accent. That is not by chance, I'm Portuguese. I'm a technical specialist in Dynamics 365 customer engagement, and lately I've been speaking a lot about Power Platform. So today I'm going to do a brief description of what is Dynamics 365, 2 minutes, not a big deal. And then I'm going to cover why should you care about Power Apps, and the introduction to it, and the demo. Good? Perfect. So this is business applications, Dynamics 365 and Power Platform. So Power Platform, it comes on this side. Power BI, Power Apps, Flow. Then we have everything related to financial stuff, RIP. If we are talking about fraud protection, if we are talking about talent, HR, financial stuff, goes on that bucket. Then we have the augmented reality things, where you put the HoloLens and then you start to see the holographic experience. Then we have our main products, that is sales, marketing, field service, and then we have the AI on top of that products. All this stuff. So, one of the problems that we have today is we have a lot of data. And sometimes the data is internal in our system, other times the data is external. And the beginning of all the projects is like merging all that data together. How to connect to that data, how to unify it, how to ingest it, how to enrich the data with insights. The analysis you do in Power BI, the ingestion is a bit harder. How can you create a 360 view of your customer when you have the data that the customer went to your website, or went to your app, or went to the marketing, or clicked in that link? How can you gather all this data and put it in one single profile? That is what Customer Insights can give you. So I will not go into detail in all these products, it's just for you to have an overview. When you combine all this data, if the data is transactional, if the data is behavior, how the user went to your website, where did he click, you need to combine everything to get more insights and segments. Imagine that you want to target a specific group of clients that have clicked in that link in your website, have bought the product, have reached your newsletter, and have done 10 other things. And you want to get all the clients that have done that profile. You can do it with Customer Insights. And then it helps you with your marketing campaigns, and it helps you with your sales, giving you some insights like what you should do next. But why do we need all of this? Have you been in that situation that you tell to someone what you want, and you try to describe it, and then the other person thinks, okay, yeah, I see a sofa and all of that, and then comes the other guy that is vision something even bigger, and then it comes the AI guys that starts to see, yeah, I see it. But actually, the client just wanted something very simple. Why does this happen? Everyone is different. Some people prefer to have free flowing when they are speaking about a feature. Others, they want a specific time box with clear goals of what they want. Others just want to write everything in the whiteboard because they need to be visualized. Everyone is different in their nature, in their style, in their points of views. I wanted to share a personal experience. Always have problems with this. Okay, just start. Okay, I'm trying to make the video start. It's a challenge. Okay. My challenge was in one of these Sundays. I was with my kid, and she wanted an application to draw pictures. Please try to imagine the situation in your business world when you need an application and you go to each feature. I had the same experience. My kids started to ask me, I want an application that I can draw. Okay, let's go to Google Play, let's go to the iOS store, let's find the app. And then she started to, oh, but I want Peppa Grease on it. Okay, Peppa Grease, let's go and find it. Then I found the Peppa Grease. Then she started, okay, now I want Little Bjorn or whatever the animal calls. And I was there like, okay, you want everything, right? How hard is to find an app that covers everything? It was pretty hard. So I just built one. So I spent 30 minutes trying to find one, and I spent 15 minutes build one. So while I was building it, I was involving my kid doing it. In the same way that if you want to build a specific application, that a feature that you need, you can ask someone to build it with you, or you can build it yourself. So the experience there was really awesome. And then, of course, my developer blood starts to think, okay, let's create the option that you do the picture and you send it to my email. Okay, 1 more minute to develop that. That is what is inside Power Apps. It's a really, really easy way that from nothing, you have a product in a very short time. Of course, the user adoption here was great. She was building it with me. And when you have that kind of tightness with the developer or the person that needs that feature, of course it's going to be a success. He was part of it. But why are we investing so much money and time and features in all this Power Platform? We predict that 500 million apps are going to be created in the next 5 years. And 60% of them are led by enterprise and will be made by low code. Why? The IT department cannot deliver in the same speed that we wanted. We want an app that can work in web, mobile, PC. We want everything from scratch. And normally the IT needs to develop 3 apps. 1 for web, 1 for mobile, and 1 for the PC. With Power Apps, you build it once and it works everywhere. So, a lot of organizations have this kind of paper and manual complex process, and what they do, they try to find a service that can deliver everything in the digital world. But we know the reality. We cannot find the application that fits everything. So what organizations do? Okay, since we don't have that, let's build one, custom development. And normally, this is very costly and very time demanding. So, what we do? Prioritization. Everything that we said, okay, we just prioritize that 2 from the 10 that we needed, all that 8 that were left there are missed opportunities to optimize our business. And that is where Power Apps comes in. An easy way to just solve that specific problem so you can be more optimizing your business. But, well, any app without data It's very, very limited. So we invest a lot in create a really nice way to connect with data. And we have more than 260 ways for you to connect with data. Do you have your data in Excel? We have a connector that can connect to Excel. Do you have your data in SAP, in Salesforce, in Dynamics, in SQL Server, in anywhere? You have a connector that you don't need to program to get that data. Okay, you have your own way of storing your data, and there is no connector for it. You can build it one. You just build it, no code involved. Okay? If the data is on-prem, on the cloud, wherever, you can connect it to it. Then we have Flow. Flow is where you do all the orchestration of your logic. I go to that data source, I take the data, I compare if this data is this value, then I do this, do that. All that logic, it's in Flow. Again, no code involved. Drag and drop. These little boxes are just drag and drop. And then you have the Power Apps. And Power Apps is the user interface for all of this, is what the user is going to see. Behind the scenes, you have Flow to connect with the data, you have your logic, you can get the data and show it in a nice way with Power Apps. Inside Power Apps, you also have AI. I'm going very fast on this, but just for you to have an idea. Out of the box, without no coding, without the AI engineer, you can do this. Binary classification, a model that can answer you and questions of yes or no. Is the client going to pay? Yes or no. Should I give a loan to this client? Yes or no. Will the client buy the product? Yes or no. So all the questions that you do with yes or no answer, you use binary classification. Forms processing is if you receive a lot of paper that you need to scan and punch the data to the system, or if you receive a lot of emails with PDFs that you need to, again, punch the data into the system, forms processing can read that PDF and do that for you. Object detection, it's you take some photos, you tag the object that you want to detect, and afterwards you take another photo and you send to the model and he tells you where he found that object. Test classification, if you receive a lot of feedbacks in terms of emails or in text form and you want to have analyze if is this a good sentiment, is a positive, is a negative, you can use that. Again, no code involved. Our core development here in Microsoft 365, all the security, all the collaboration that you have with Office 365, with Teams, with your Windows, that is Microsoft 365. Then we have Dynamics 365, where is your business data. And then we have Power Platform, that is the glue to connect with everything. And this, in top of Azure, is our core business in Microsoft. I'm going very fast on this. This is the Power Platform. We have Power Apps, Power BI, that is the reports, Flow. We have all the data from Dynamics, all the data from Office 365. Everything in a package, can be a standalone application, can be integrated in all of these applications. Everything in top of this nice database that we call it the common data service. And with the data connectors in top of Azure can give you everything, all the power that you need. Why this is important, this special database is a place that you can have your data standard. What does it mean? Have you been in that situation that you have 10 different products and you have the same customer in each of these programs or products and you need to merge everything? And a customer in one product says that, okay, you have a first name and a last name. In another product says, oh no, that same person has a first name, a middle name, and a last name. In another product, no, it's just full name. All of that customer is the same in all the products, but you don't have that vision. It's splitted. Here with the common data service, all that data is the same everywhere. If it's in the product in marketing, in Office 365, in sales, in RP, all that customer is the same entity. You don't need to spend time to gather everything. Demo. Let's build a Power App. Do you want or not?
Yes.
Cool. So, now I have the data. And probably it's what you have. I have already the data. Now what? What can I do with the data? So, powerapps.com, and I didn't practice this so much, so you'll see me failing probably, but let's do it. So I have a database that contains a lot of data about the healthcare.
That's great.
Oh, sorry. Okay, again. Powerapps.com. Sign in. And if you have Office 365 license, you can just do exactly what I'm doing. Okay, now I'm going to create, and I'm going to pick a Canvas app. I say app test, and I say it's a tablet mode. Now I'm going to a canvas that is, I'm going to build from scratch. There is nothing there. But I have a lot of things out of the box. I have already the connectors to connect the data. I have already logic if I want. So empty, nothing. Now I go here and I select, okay, what are the entities that I want? And I want to say, I want accounts. Actually, I don't want accounts. I don't remove. I want contacts of my database. And my database, the contacts are patients, because this scenario is like a healthcare, it's a hospital. So I have patients, and I had a business guy that came to me and said, hey, we need something very fast that can, we have the patient, let's do it in a nice way to see how the reality is. A guy comes to you and say, hey, I want an app that shows me the nice patients that we have, right? And I want to see here the information of the patient and the allergies. This is the app that I want, because I want to give to the nurses to have a possibility to just pick the patient and see the allergies that they have. And this is the email that I just received. So what I do, I go to Power Apps. Cool. Now I say, okay, I need patient data. So I go there and I need allergies, right? And it's called allergy intolerance. Okay, now in my Power Apps I have the connection to these entities. Now let's build what he wanted. I want a gallery. And in this gallery, I want to say that the data source of this gallery will be contacts. But I don't want all the contacts. I only want the ones that are active. So I filter by the ones that are active. Okay, I start to see something cool. Now I need to have the information of that patient. Now I need here visualization that says the data source will be the same thing. The contacts, but now the fields that I want to see, full name, email, and now I could pick other properties. So, I don't know, address, maybe it's important. And I have here 2 columns. So here is where I'm going to see the information of the patient. So when I select it here, it's going to show there. And now I want another form that is going to show me the allergies. So I say here that I want the allergies data, but it needs to be filtered by the one that I selected, right? So here he asked me, okay, what is the item that you want? And now I'm going to say, so it's going to be the first that you find from the gallery. Now you start to see this gallery. Look to this green, it's already detected. And I want this selected item there. And I want from that selected, I want all the allergies. And right now I'm just picking the first allergy. Okay? The same thing here, I need to pick what is the item. Again, gallery dot selected. Cool, let's see this in action. So when I pick this guy, now I have, let's pick another one. So I have a place that I can see the full information of the patient and the allergies. And you see that this is changing. Okay? This is 3 minutes. Now, of course, if I have 1 week, then this will be beautiful. Okay? So, did I reach the goal of, I received an email, he said to me, this is what I need. Okay, you want it without any description, without any requirements. Okay, here it's in 3 minutes. Is this what you want? It reduced a lot that time that you go to him and ask, give me a list of all the requirements, give me a list of all the use cases, give me this, give me that. And after a while, already 1 month has passed and you don't have anything. What if you start building from scratch and you give him the prototype and say, is this what you want? Now let's add more features, but you have already something that the nurse can use in 3 minutes. It's pretty powerful. So we saw a bit how we do eliminate this siloed data. Everything you can use in terms of all that entities, everything. If you use Dynamics 365, all that products that I showed in the beginning, it's centralized in the same database. So when you are using Power Apps, you have access to everything. And not only the data, but the relationship. You have the access to the contact and all the relationship with the products that is already in your system. Marketing, sales, campaigns, everything, it's already there. You don't need to develop that interactions. But if you have data that is outside of Dynamics 365, then you can include it with Customer Insights that creates this 360 view of the customer. What is the momentum? It's like, okay, now show me some numbers, right? 5 million active users per month in the Power Platform. 1.6 million Power Apps active users per month. 325,000 organizations are building Power Apps. I guess now it's more. Some takeaways. if you are looking in terms of learning, we have a lot. We have the partners that can help you. You have Microsoft, so you are not alone. If you want to dig by yourself, we have a lot of learning paths that you can use. Or you can take advantage of the partners and have these Power Apps and day sessions. It's really good. With customer insights, only by using it, we start to see companies that increase their revenue between 5 and 10%, just by getting the insights out of the box from customer insights. Because customer insights is able to unify all the data, and with AI, he gives you already some insights. Oh, this is the trend of my customers. This is 30% of them buy this product. 10% of them don't buy anything. Then you can target them in a nice way.
2 minutes.
Cool. That's perfect. I'm really on time. So with Power Apps, Flow and Dynamics 365, I want you to think that you are thinking of this, but with the platform, you get even more than what you thought. How? Low code. You are enable everyone in your organization to build, not only the programmer, not only the IT, everyone in your organization can build such a thing. You can extend it with solutions from partners. So you go to the app source and you say, I want this app. Now you have the app in your tenant. And you can reduce a lot of risk. By doing this fast prototyping and avoid these unnecessary costs that you start to think of something and then after 3 months you realize that that is not what you wanted. But already a lot of things were developed. And I'm done.
Raske spørsmål til Rui mens han står her, så kan dere ta det nå. Hvis ikke, så kan vi ta det i en pause eller noe. Men har du noen spørsmål?
Is there some strategy of moving those apps to kind of your customers? Now it's focused on your internal employees, I guess.
Yeah. So if you are, so the question is more like, okay, I have built the app, now I need to deploy it in my customer. Or in another tenant, I have developed in a specific tenant, in a test environment, now I need to put in production. So the way that you do it is you create a solution, and in that solution you can have Power Apps, Flow, new entities that you have created, you package everything, you click in a button that says Export Solution, you get a zip file, now you go to the other tenant and you click in another button that says Import Solution. And now you pick the zip file, done. If you want to automatize that process, then we need to talk about Azure DevOps, that automatize everything. But that is another discussion.
Bra. Da håper jeg alle er klare for å dra hjem og lage Power Apps til barn. Har dere ikke barn, så får dere lage barn. Tusen takk, Rui.
Thank you.